So in this video, I'm going to specifically tell you why it is a bad idea. Not even a bad idea, it's the worst idea that you have been conditioned for a long time, and it might have come from your parents and your grandparents or whoever else. They're wrong. You do not have to be out of debt to build wealth. In fact, most people that are so bought into that formula of pay off debt and then I'll begin, they're 70 and 80 and 90 and still working because it does not work. I cannot tell you, this is the most significant video that I will give you on the pattern of your money and how wrong it is. Ready? So in the video, I'm going to, number one misconception, tell you why it is absolutely the wrong pattern, right? To have no debt and then build wealth. I'm going to teach you the difference between good and bad debt. And I'm going to give you some immediate strategies. So I don't care if you have a ton of debt, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a credit card, you have to start building wealth today. So how do you do both? Let's talk about those three things. Okay, let's start with the misconception. Why is it that so many people have told you most of your life, you gotta stay out of debt, you gotta stay out of debt? You know the real problem is because no one's ever teaching you how to make money. If you knew how to make money, think about it, right? Just think about it, common sense. If you knew how to make money, just because you do, like I do, I can do anything, like I'll make money in a minute, I can make money in 3 minutes, I can make money in an hour, I'm gonna teach you how to do it, don't worry about that part, let's just get in your thought process. That if you knew how to make money, would it really matter that you used your credit card? And would it really matter that you put $10,000 or $20,000 on a credit card if you knew how to make $20,000 or $30,000? No, it's not about that. But the problem is you're not taught how to make money. You're just told that having debt is bad. And that's not true. The only reason you have credit card debt, typically for 99% of the people, is you actually want a big life. So you outlived your paycheck. And so how else did you pay for the rest of your life? You put it on a credit card. Right? Kind of makes sense. So that, like, being in debt isn't the problem. Your inability to make new money is the real problem. And we're going to solve that problem through our channel over time. Let's focus on the debt though. Okay. I want you to just forget about it. Like, the only reason you have debt because you want to buy stuff. Now, if you knew how to make money, you could buy anything you want. That's how I live. That's how I teach my clients to live. That's how I teach people to live. You want something? Let's go make some money. Right? Think of that new frame of reference. So you're going to start wealth building right away. You're not going to wait till you're debt free. By the way, little hint, most of my multi-millionaires carry debt till the day they die. And by the way, debt can be generational because if it's really good debt and you have some real estate and it's parked in a 30-year fixed mortgage at 2%, like, do you really think by the time you die, you're going to pay it all off and then pass it to the next generation? You're not. They're going to assume the loan and they're going to continue to pay it off. So I'm going to teach you that debt is actually okay to carry in the right form. So debt's just the cost of money. It's no big deal. The difference is good debt versus bad debt. Now let's go to that next topic. So good debt is when your money is being invested like in that real estate. If you can actually have a property on a fixed 2-3% mortgage, oh my gosh, why would you ever pay that off? Why would you pay off vehicles? I mean, most people churn and burn vehicles in 3 to 5 years. Very few people keep a vehicle forever. So if you're that person that has to have the biggest and the greatest and the best, you're either going to lease it, which is a company expense, or you're going to put it on some sort of financing that's like 0 to 2%. Again, cheap money. So why would you spend $70,000, $80,000 and pay off a car when you could take $70,000, $80,000 and go invest it for 10, 12, 15, 30%? So think about it, right? That's just the cost of money. So a lot of people pay me interest. They're paying me 12, 15% interest on a regular basis. So just think about that. $1 million invested at 12%, $120,000, that's $10,000 a month coming my way. I can sleep, I can do whatever I want because I have that money invested. That's where I want you. And you say, well, Loral, that's $1 million. That's a lot of money. Start with 10,000, start with 20,000, get it to 100,000. The challenge with most of you is you got the wrong cycle. As you're making money, you're more concerned. Think about the insanity of this. You're more concerned about paying everybody off and paying off your debt versus creating wealth for you and your family. So get your priorities straight. So I want you to think of all the money you make, a percent is going to wealth building, right? You can just put it in an extra money market account. You can put it in our Flip software account. I want you, every dollar you make, a percent has to go towards your wealth building. And yes, we'll get rid of your debt. Just don't make debt a priority over your wealth building for you and your family. It's totally upside down. So I'm going to take a quick pause. And if you're enjoying this content, I want you to like take a moment and subscribe. I want you to follow me, watch my channel, and we're just going to continue to educate you. And I'm going to say demyth some of these crazy things like wealth building versus debt. Why would you continue to pay everybody else but yourself? It's crazy. Let me give you a few examples of like how critical this is. So in my Millionaire Maker book, right, on page 194, I give you a how to get out of debt wealth builder style. So what you're going to do is there's a whole compounding powering down your debt. We'll get you out of debt. But why do you put that as a priority? So we'll get you out of debt. It's going to take 3 to 5 years. Don't worry about it. Right? In fact, we're probably going to reconstitute your debt down to like very low interest rates. In the meantime, I want all of your money that you can even squeak out to put towards wealth building. Just put it in an account that for now, in that account, even if you don't know how to do due diligence and you're not sure what you're going to invest it in, stocked up cash is better than having debt-free and no cash. So again, the whole pattern that I want you to do from this video is start putting money away towards wealth building. Other videos on my channel will talk about what to do and how to do your investing. It's the pattern of paying debt before you pay yourself that is imperative that you change right now, today. So I want to add another concept that is debt, but it's really good debt. It's called OPM. You've heard of it, other people's money. People talk about it all the time. There's books written about it. Use other people's money, use other people's money. Let's be clear about what that is. That's going into debt. That means you're going to borrow $100,000. You're going to pay somebody 10, 12, 15, 17%, and you're going to use that money. So you're going to go into debt to use OPM. A lot of people don't describe it like that. I think they just think magically someone's going to give you a bunch of money. It's truly debt. And let me give you a story. And this is a true story. We bought a Ford dealership during the pandemic. So I have a client in Texas that came to me and said, we can buy half of this Ford dealership. And I said, all right, wait for it, because it was early on. So by July, it had gone down less than half the price. And then he came to me and he said, well, we need $500,000. What do you think? Should we go to the bank? How should we, get the money? Should you and I just put up $250,000 each? I said, oh, no. Let's use good debt. Let's go find 5 people who have $100,000. We'll pay them 10%. So we'll they'll be our bank. We found, it actually was more than that. We found a few that gave us $50,000, a few did $100,000, and literally we gave them what's called a convertible debt note. So this is going into $500,000 of debt, but we got half of a Ford dealership. Are you kidding? It's a multi-million-dollar asset. And most of those people are going to convert and become our equity partner. They're going to own part of the dealership. And there'll be a few that'll say, thanks for the 10%, I want my money back. So for every year we keep their money, $100,000, they get paid $10,000. So at some point, if they say, I'm out, we'll hand them back their $100,000 and whatever the accrued interest is. I can tell you, debt is going to change your life, and I'm going to help you. So as your next step, I want to really help you understand where you are. So I developed a quiz that's going to help you, just decipher. Do you have your wealth building strategy? Do you have your debt strategy? Do you have stagnant, what I call stagnant cash flow? Like, where are you? It's going to dissect where you are. And then we're going to give you a roadmap of how to move forward. So click on our link below, take my financial personality quiz, and let's change this relationship of debt and wealth.